Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel, and we are in the final stretch for Scream 7. It is currently February 24th, 2026. It is a Monday, and I have 3 days until I get to see Scream 7 on opening night on Screen X at the opening night fan event on Thursday, February 26th, 2026. And, oh boy, do I have a big video for this one. What I was hoping to do is try to guess every single killer, and I'm just going to come up with my final thoughts and who I think is going to be the killer in Scream 7. And also, I did accidentally say, I think today is the 23rd, if I'm correct. Yeah, today is the 23rd, so let's get right into the video. First of all, no spoilers ahead. Unfortunately for me, I did get to see one of the killer reveals. I am still kind of skeptical on if it's true or not. I don't know if the leak is true, and I'm hoping it's not true. So at the moment, I'm going to go based off of my list before I saw the leak. And first of all, Sydney, Tatum, Mindy, Chad, Gale, the 5 of them, and Mark, and I don't think any of them are going to be the killer. Hannah, I also don't think is going to be the killer, mainly because I think it is her hanging from the top, and if you pay close attention to the first trailer we get, if you look at Hannah's outfit, you can see she's wearing a plaid patterned skirt. And this plays a big significance in who the killers could possibly be, because throughout Scream 5, Liv is also seen wearing a plaid pattern styled skirt, but she never ended up being the killer, and she ended up being the victim, being killed by Amber in the third act of Scream 5. So, I don't think she's going to be the killer in this film, but at the same time, that might not even be her in the trailer. It could be, I believe her name's Anna Camp? It could be her for all I know, so maybe Scream 7 would want to change that this time and actually make Hannah the killer instead of a victim, but who knows? Ben, the love interest, I actually don't think is going to be the killer. With this movie, I think this is probably one of the hardest ones we've gotten. I think Scream 6 and Scream 5 were pretty easy to guess the killers, besides for Quinn. With this Scream film, I don't know, it's kind of weird, because Ben is wearing a plaid-styled shirt, but I don't think he's going to be the killer. You see, the Scream films have this weird trend where everyone wearing a plaid shirt is the killer. First, it was Billy Loomis in the original, and then in Scream 3, Roman was also seen wearing a plaid shirt, if I'm correct. Scream 4, you have Charlie Walker, who I believe also wore a plaid shirt, but I know Jill Roberts 100% did. I don't think it was Charlie. But Scream 5, you definitely have Richie Kirsch with the plaid jacket, and then in Scream 6, you have Ethan as well, if I'm correct, wearing a plaid jacket. But I don't think Scream would do that again. I think Scream this time is trying to make the killers obvious to throw the audience off. So I don't think Ben is going to be one of the killers, and I think he's just a red herring to kind of throw the audience off. So no, I don't think he's going to be the killer. As I said, Hannah could possibly be the killer, or it could be Anna Camp, or it could be one of them hanging from that ceiling in the clip there. that I'm showing right now. But yeah, I don't really know who the killer can be this time around. But now we come to the conversation of Stu Macher. Is he going to be the killer in Scream 7? And I'm very mixed. The thing is about Stu Macher is that they reference him so many times throughout the franchise that, oh, he's dead. Oh, he's alive. Oh, I don't think he actually died. There's so many nods towards him being dead, but there's so many nods towards him being real, so I'm kind of in between on if he is the killer in this one. On a stream I did yesterday, someone was saying how it could possibly be Randy, because Billy Loomis is clearly dead, Tatum Riley is clearly dead, Sydney is alive, Stu Macher maybe, but Randy could also be the killer, because in the psychiatric hospital, you see a picture of the Core 5 on the fountain, and Shell was saying that it could even be Randy. I think it's a great theory, however, I don't think it would be Randy. Stu Macher, the thing is about this one, is that with the references, they reference that, oh yeah, the TV that killed Stu Macher, if you believe he's dead. That's like a complete, like, oh snap, wait, he might actually be alive, because now the characters don't even know if he's dead or alive. But the original script for Scream 3 was supposed to have Stu Macher come back as the killer. So it's like, is he the killer or is he not the killer? It's so obvious in Scream 7 that he's the killer, yet it's too obvious. Like, there's way too many nods. They're like, yeah, this is a wonderful town just like where we grew up, or like something like that, where the daughter's the same age that you were when this whole thing started. And that's just like, yeah, that might be Stu. And Stu's voice is heard so many times throughout the trailer, but they never actually show if he's alive or not. So it's like they're making it so obvious that Stu Macher is the killer, yet they're making it so obvious that he's not the killer, because it's so obvious that it wouldn't make sense if he was the killer because of how obvious it is. So it's so confusing. Gale Weathers is another person who could even be the killer, because both Ghostface and Gale share the same line. Your daughter is the same age that you were when this whole thing started. Gale and Ghostface share the line. And in Scream 6, Ghostface talks about Gale possibly becoming the killer and saying she would have made a good killer to try to come back for the popularity and make sure she doesn't lose all of it, because if Ghostface becomes forgotten, she becomes forgotten. So that could be her motive, but I don't think they would make her the killer at all. I don't think they would do that. So it comes down to the simple question, who's the killer? At the moment, I actually think it could be Anna Camp's character, or whatever her name is. She could possibly be Leslie Macher for all I know. So at the moment, I'm thinking it could be Stu, it could not be Stu, it could be Anna Camp, it could not be Anna Camp, it could be Hannah, but it could also not be Hannah. So at the moment, I am currently mixed between those three characters. As I said, I think Ben is a little bit too obvious for him being the killer, so I don't think he's going to be the killer. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming on. This was Cruel ZV coming on, and let me know in the comments who you guys think is going to be the killer in Scream 7. I have more Scream 7 content coming out through these entire 3 days. Actually 2 days, I'd say. Tomorrow is going to be the Horror Talk Tuesday, and this was Cruel ZV signing off.